This Green Bay Packers Fuck the Cowboys and DST Fantasy Edition of the Stephie Smalls Show on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog's got a brand new offer for customers. Play just $5 and get $50 in bonus funds when you sign up with my code SMALLS.
Are you ready?
It's a big day. It's a happy day. Second segment, Pete Nova is going to come on. We're going to talk some fantasy. And up first is comedian friend of the show, Nate Craig, at Nate Craig live on IG. Congratulations.
Thank you. Don't mean to gloat, but hello, Cowboy fans. How's it go? How about them?
How are you guys? Is everyone doing good? I fucking truly hope that Jerry Jones lives forever. That's my dream. I hope he lives forever. How are you feeling?
That's a great point. I am grateful for Jerry Jones. I have been for ever since. Do we even give him credit for those Super Bowl teams?
No.
Was there somebody else calling shots?
I don't give him credit for anything other than this right here.
Yeah, I'm excited. Obviously, I'm not. I never played football. I'm not an X's and O's guy, but I know that some of the incredible, hilarious, made up / actual rooted in some sort of metric stats that people come up with look real good when you're talking Micah Parsons and his blockability or unblockability.
Especially when you're talking about a Packers team whose defense is fantastic.
Were they statistically? I think they were on the top third of the league in takeaways. Mm-hmm. I think they were pretty good against the run. We lost TJ Slayton, who was a late round pick that we hit on. I think he went to the Bengals. He was a Florida guy. I think we got him in the 6th or 7th round. He's a big dude, fast dude who, in the draft, they love to knock people and put labels on them to say why they shouldn't go in the first round and shouldn't. And he played ball. He balled out for us, and so it was a tough player to lose. But we do have solid players in there. Kenny Clark and Devontae Wyatt was the other Georgia Bulldog that we took in the first round a couple years ago. And he's fantastic. Kenny Clark
was part of the trade, so he is no longer.
Oh, we moved Kenny Clark.
Yes, you did. Well, 2 firsts and Kenny Clark, so no more Kenny Clark.
2 firsts. I haven't even looked at this.
Oh yeah. So welcome to what it was. 2 firsts and defensive tackle Kenny Clark. Oh my God, Kenny Clark.
Been adding emojis to messages.
It's still very exciting stuff. I think that's less than I was expecting a team to give up for Micah Parsons.
For the last.
Might be losing. Am I losing you a little bit? I might be losing you.
For the last.
There we go. This is what I imagine goes on in Jerry Jones' brain. This is what I imagine is going on in Jerry Jones' brain on a daily basis. There you are.
Sorry. That's
You're okay.
I like to make the internet go out so people think I live in a bigger house than I do.
It's awesome. Okay.
It's way too small for me to be having internet problems. But what I was saying is I've just been celebrating with my friends via text message. So I don't even know what the trade looked like. We got rid of Kenny Clark. That's tough. He's, he is all-timer. I think eventually he'll go into at least the Packers. I mean, definitely not a Hall of Famer, but he's a Packer Hall of Famer probably, just based on how many games he started for us and how well he played. Who
I love on the Packers is Rashawn Gary. I'm such a Rashawn Gary slut. I love that kid.
Are you? I mean, he definitely demands attention. You gotta account for him for sure. But he's, for a first-round draft pick out of Michigan. Why, are you a Michigan fan?
No, fuck no. I hate Michigan.
I
live here. But I fucking hate it here.
He's he's great. He's great. He's just you have high expectations. You get a first-round draft pick linebacker for Michigan. Everybody's always wanted him to lead the league in sacks, and I don't think he's ever done that. But he's an intense dude. He did blow his knee out, I think, year 2 or 3, and he's come back from that. And it's always like, this is Rashawn Gary's year, and you see, like, his workout clips are just like, oh my god, that guy would rip a hole in a boat. But like, he's never. I don't know how many Pro Bowls Rashawn Gary has. Maybe 1 or 2.
I know
and I'm not
led the Packers in sacks though. At least he's got. It has to be at least 2 years in a row. I know it was definitely last year. He was the only guy that eclipsed 5.
I love him. And you know who's going to make him a lot better? Micah Parsons.
Micah fucking Parsons. And I'll tell you, I feel like the Packers are not getting a ton of love. Well, now they are, because the lines have shifted incredibly, which is so funny that we were doing this today of all days. So thank you, Mike Jerry Jones, for increasing the numbers of engagement on this show. I think people are a little low on the Packers. When I started to do the preview and look over stuff, I started to get much higher on the Packers, I thought. And then they got Micah Parsons. So I'm kind of fucking all in on this team.
Great. Well, so you were fading the public, and then now, he's an obvious dominator. And I don't know. I think that at least I'm worried that we saw Jordan Love play his best football in that one run 2 years ago. The Eagles ended our season fair and square last year, and Jordan Love played through a couple injuries. I don't think it was just the knee. I think he then had a groin injury that was, if you go back and watch, he had 2 pick sixes in 3 games. He threw 1 at LA, and then he threw 1 at home against the Lions, both inside our own 10-yard line. And it was just because he just couldn't run. He couldn't move, and so he would try to throw the ball back. He tried to make an all-arm across his body throw, and it just wound up floating to a linebacker. And hopefully, that was the source of a lot of missed plays last year. There was a lot of drops too. Dontavion Wicks, even Romeo Doubs, who's usually pretty sure-handed, dropped a bunch of balls. The team could definitely play better. I'm just not sure if, Jordan Love is as accurate as I feel like people are fading Jordan Love's accuracy. I feel like
They definitely are. I don't think that Jordan Love. I feel like the whole Packers, the Packers team as a whole, it's not a lot of sexy, flashy names, especially when you compare them to the division. But I feel like they have enough to get. I think Jordan Love is probably the obvious thing to look at here, because a lot of it depends on how well he plays.
Yeah. I don't know. The Josh Jacobs signing was nice. The Xavier McKinney signing was great. Those 2 guys both.
You're welcome, by the way.
Thank you very much. He had to go somewhere.
We'll see. But let me tell you, next year is what you got to look out for. You're welcome, but let's see if you can continue doing it, because Xavier likes to kind of fall off a little bit. So
does he? Okay. Well, he can only. It's not gonna be hard for him to fall off from last year.
That's true.
We have an interception in 6 straight.
Yeah, I know. And guess
record.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, last year was a dream season. So I'll take a bit of a fall off and still be happy with that guy playing safety for us. They both came to Green Bay because of Jordan Love, is what they said, and what people say publicly is that's all pom-poms and shit.
Yeah.
But, I think Micah Parsons and Jordan Love are good friends. People are bullish on him. At least the players are. So who knows? Big names. Yeah, no, they've spent a lot of draft picks on receivers who are still on their rookie deals. Literally, we've gone double barrel receivers. It's hilarious. After Aaron Rodgers goes,
they drafted
almost to spite him. 3 straight seasons we're going receiver, and they all seem to hit. They're all good receivers who I think would be in pretty, maybe more prominent roles on other teams, but we'll see how that all settles out. Christian Watson, Romeo Doubs. Christian Watson's dealing with injuries. Romeo Doubs we benched him for no reason, for attitude last year. He didn't even make the trip on a road game once.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Last year, which is like, I don't know what that's about, but, at the very least, it's going to make it easier to not give him an extension if he continues to do whatever he did to not get on an airplane for an NFL game.
But the nice thing is you guys now have the luxury of you don't need to give him an extension. You have plenty of options here. It's like, if you want to act up, that's fine. We just have other options that you can go your separate ways.
We now have, obviously Jaden Reed, I would say, is our best receiver. Dontavion Wicks is when he catches the ball, he's real good with it.
I love him, but yeah.
We drafted Matthew Golden, and I'm blanking on the kid from TCU, I think, the other receiver that we got in the at least second or third round, maybe fourth round. Anyway, so we should have plenty of targets. I like Tucker Kraft. If we're talking fantasy, the only other offensive player that I would want, I could go with Josh Jacobs depending on the price. I don't know what you do, auctions or snakes or both, but I paid last year for Josh Jacobs. I paid $36 for him. He did not score his first touchdown until like week 8 or 9.
That was very frustrating.
And I don't think that's going to happen again at all.
No.
I would absolutely pay $36 for Josh Jacobs this year. But I don't know if I'm going to go much higher than that because there's a lot of mouths to feed on that offense. And I'm going to go one guy that's going to get all the snaps at his position because he can do everything they need him to do. It's Tucker Kraft. He's mean. He can block, he can run, and he definitely can catch, and he's good in the red zone, and he's good in between the 20s. I like Tucker Kraft on my fantasy team starting all season long.
I love Tucker Kraft. I want to see him get more opportunity because what he was able to do with the opportunity there is like fantastic. His receiving yards I gave out, I didn't even end up looking up when I placed that bet, but it was definitely at least 6 weeks ago. Now that line's sitting at like 625.5, and I still would take the over there at -114. I think Matthew Golden's nice too because it allows the team to stretch the field, and that's, other players are also only going to benefit from that. Any other takeaways from last season, the draft, or that you want to point out?
What did you get what was the over for Tucker Kraft yards this year when you got it?
It was like 599.5, I believe, somewhere. It wasn't at 6 yet.
Wow, 650 or anywhere thereabouts that's a lot of yards for a tight end.
He's gonna get it.
That's a lot of yards for a tight end. That's 50 yards a game. Come on, can you imagine? Like that's.
I'm all in.
Not quite 50. What?
Somewhere around there. Listen, I just got back from Vegas. I'm not fucking doing math right now.
Sorry. Yeah, 17. Yeah, it's over 30 a game, I think. And so just over 30 a game. And that's still like, on an offense where there's that many receivers running around out there. And they I like the offensive line. They moved Zach Tom. Zach Tom is now, he signed a contract to play right tackle. I believe last year he played mostly right guard. And then they moved Elkin Jenkins, who was our Pro Bowl left guard at some point over the last. He got hurt his second year. Maybe he hasn't made a Pro Bowl, but I would have said he was our best offensive lineman, and he is now moving to center, and that is a move that they made out of luxury because we stole what's his name, Aaron Banks from the Niners.
Sounds about right.
And then last year our first pick was Jordan Morgan, the left tackle, left guard.
My boy from Arizona.
Yeah, and then now it's between him. It's his. The position still belongs to. I'm blanking on our left tackle's name, but there's a battle at left tackle, and the rest of our line is, I think not Matt Ryan, but Ryan with an H is our right guard now. I forget where he went, BYU or something. He's a house. I don't know. I've seen people fading our offensive lineup.
No, I think they're fading the Packers as a whole.
Yeah,
I think it's just they're getting weird heat, and I think a lot of it is coming from like the division and everyone just like totally like I don't know why this is the word I want to say, but like slurping the other fucking teams. Like it's like I get it. I think it's the division that you guys are in. Again, like there's not, the average fan, there's probably not a ton of super like sexy names. So I don't know. They're just haters. I think people are being haters a little bit.
Yeah, I love that. Yes, people love to slurp the Lions,
Yeah.
and people are currently slurping the Bears. And I don't know. I think that you kind of have to cautiously slurp the Vikings just based on how they always outperform expectations. Like
I
they're
am
just
all in on them.
You love JJ McCarthy?
My analysis or like how I feel about the Vikings has nothing to do with JJ. I don't think he has to do much for that team to do well. Like they're a 10-win team. Like he needs to be like slightly below league average, and I think they win 10 games.
Well, that right there is fading the Packers. I mean, they got to play us twice. They got to play the Lions twice. Who knows? I think the Lions are in a lot of shootouts this year. There's not very many players on the Lions that I don't want on my fantasy team. I love Jahmyr Gibbs, and I love both the wideouts, and I love Laporta. I think, and forgive me if this is not the direction you wanted to go in, but inside the division, fantasy-wise, I think your best money buy in the division is DJ Moore this year.
Okay.
I think people are ready to slurp.
It's a bad God. I gotta find new.
I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna stop slurping the word slurp. And I think people are all over. Obviously, Roma Dunze, who the quarterback loves. He cannot stop throwing it to him. I understand. But I think you're going to get DJ Moore for a steal compared to what people.
Yeah, he's going pretty late, I think.
And I think DJ Moore is just ready to. He's still DJ Moore, you know.
Yeah.
I guess people love the wideout they took. I'm blanking on the
Luther
name.
Burden.
I can't keep track of all these names. My Brewers are in first place.
And they all sound the fucking same. It's like
what was the name you came up with?
Luther Burden.
Yes, that people love him. They're very high on him coming out of camp, and they say he's kind of the same body type as DJ Moore and yada yada yada. But it's just like, yeah, okay, DJ Moore he's they paid him for a reason, and they absolutely housed, I thought, the Panthers in the trade for him.
Yeah,
and he's still the dog over there, I think Adunze. I think him and Adunze could both have 1,000 yards for that team.
Yeah, I'm totally with you there. I think I also Caleb Lee. I don't totally hate. I think looking at the win total here, I see a lot of books pulled it, so I don't think it's up right now. But seeing as where some of these other lines already moved after Micah, it was sitting at 9.5. You know what I found very interesting when I started looking things up? 5 of Green Bay's 6 losses came within division. That's not happening again.
Not happening.
It's just not. It's just straight up like no matter what you feel about the Packers, that's just straight up not happening again. So they right there, and also like 4 of their losses also were by less than a field goal. Like that, there is a 0% chance that they lose 5. That they won 1 game in division. No, it's just not happening. So I think taking the over, I liked it better at 9.5. But could I maybe get there at the 10.5? Probably, but there's probably other markets that you're better off looking at. Like their division prices already moved. When I started this sheet, so it was probably like an hour is dramatic, like 2 hours before the Parsons trade, they were sitting at plus 260 for the division. They're now plus 190, and I see a plus 170.
Yeah, I mean, well, let's just be honest. Like you can appreciate the Lions and the Vikings as organizations, and you can like their rosters up and down. Are they both going to win 14 games? No, they're not. No, they're absolutely not. And then put that on top of the Packers being 1-5 in the division. I like the Packers to definitely compete for the division. I don't think the Lions. I think the Packers are the most balanced team in the division. JJ McCarthy has to show me. So I haven't, I might not be paying him enough attention, but the Vikings also created a lot of turnovers. They also got to the quarterback. They're the same. They're going to run the same system. There's a level of dependability there that I think maybe the Bears and the Lions don't have. I think the Lions' offensive line losses are going to hurt them. I think that, the Bears have a lot of changes that they have to, move through the season with. But I think the Packers have everything in place and have for going on this is their third year now. And I think that they are ready to kind of resume playing ball. And that, was a playoff team last year. I don't think that, they were a playoff team despite having 2 14-win teams in their division. Okay. And getting swept by both of those teams. And the only reason we beat the Bears was because we blocked a field goal. We almost went winless in the division and make the play, and we probably still would have made the playoffs.
That's crazy. It's honestly so crazy. Before we start wrapping up, I'm going to stick an ad read in here. We're brought to you by MyBookie.ag. MyBookie is your place to bet on every sport, including the MLB, WNBA, golf, and of course, football features. MyBookie accepts customers from a ton of locations, easy deposit, and lightning fast payouts. The Washington Redskins missed the playoffs plus 126. Head to mybookie.ag, promo code SMALLS for 50% deposit match up to $1,000. Terms and conditions apply. That's mybookie.ag, promo code SMALLS. Rhythm. We are brought to you by Rhythm. They also have MLB, WNBA, golf, and college football. Go to the site today and start building your NFL models for week 1. A week 1 prediction. I like the Seahawks on the money line plus 117. So does Rhythm for their short dog play with 46.1% win probability. Get your 7-day free trial at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. All right, back to these Packers here. So how do you see the division playing out if you had to decide?
Well, the week 1 matchup against the Lions is a big game for the rest of the season. It's in Green Bay. Oh man, that's going to be exciting. I mean, dude, Micah Parsons. It's like,
and you play a Sunday night football game in Jerry World. Like, I will be seated for that.
Yeah, this is a fun maneuver. He traded him it's 2 first-round picks and Kenny Clark. There's so much to talk about.
Yeah, but they're never, the thing with those picks they're not going to be high draft picks either. It's like, they're not like, you guys are not ever going to be picking that high in the draft. So it's like, also, what is the value of those first round picks too? It's not like you're like a shitty football team by any means. Right. Those aren't top 10 picks in the NFL draft.
Yeah. The last time the Packers picked before, 20 was, I think we took, I'm blanking on his name. Not Devontae Wyatt, the other Bulldog. We took the linebacker. We took him at
can't think of his name. We can't come up with a lot of names today.
There's too many names.
Too many names. Everyone's got too many.
God, if I'm really honest about it, I think that it's a war of attrition. I think, goddamn, everybody. I'd have to take a look at, forgive me for not doing my research on this.
You don't have to do research on this show.
What are the those extra 2 games that everybody has outside of the division that we will play? And what do we play? You
guys play the NFC East, I know. I don't know what else you play, though. I'm not tuned up on what you guys play.
I'm going to the game in Phoenix. So do we play I don't think we play the NFC West this year, though.
No, you should. That wouldn't make sense. That must be one of the extra.
Yeah. So, which I like for us. The good news is we get to play the Lions on Thanksgiving, and there's nothing that the Lions like more than ruining their fan base's Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And so I think the Packers, I think that does give us an edge. Opening night at home against the Lions, and then we get the Lions on Thanksgiving. I think that puts us over the edge. I think everybody else splits. I think we split with the Vikes. I think we split with the Bears. And I think that we win the division based on sweeping the Lions. And that's just because of the timing of those two games.
Okay, I love it. Okay.
We have to play the Bears twice in 3 weeks in the second half of the season, which is really weird.
We have to do that with the Eagles, so don't worry, it could be worse.
Yeah, I much prefer playing the Bears than the Eagles.
Yeah.
But I do like the Bears this year. I think that we have 3 teams make the playoffs again this year.
What fan base is the most annoying? I know you.
What the fan base is the most annoying? Eagle fans.
It could be in the division or any if you want, but I'm curious.
In our division, I've never been to a game in Minnesota.
It's fun. It's so fun. But I don't know since they've started to have this success, but like I do love US Bank.
It's pretty cool. The mega church. Yeah, no. For a mega church, it's a great place to watch.
I love it. It's a good time. They have good food.
I'm jealous. I want to go. It looks great. I mean,
it's so fun.
It looks great on TV. It looks great live. Like
it's
outside.
sick. It's really loud in there. Yeah.
I want to go. I don't know. I gotta say, Lion fans are just realists. I have a lot of fun when I go to Soldier. Bear fans, are hilarious and pretty knowledgeable fans. And I like it when the Bears are good. They're kind of my second team. I always like to trash people for rooting for expansion teams, but I can't say that to Bear fans. And so everybody's an expansion team except for the Bears and the Packers. So that's my line. So I'll just trash Viking fans. I mean, they're just like such whiny victims. Like they're just the worst. They're such pussies, and they just like they love grabbing old Packers and running them back at us and winning stupid games, all the nonsense. Whatever passes for a Vikings championship is always just like, stupid, trolly bullshit. And I'm happy for them that they get to, win an occasional grudge match. They swept us last year. They won't do that this year. And they're still the Vikings. They suck. Their fans suck. They're awesome.
Skull. Tell me about, before I let you get out of here, tell me about your new, or is it your new special, recent special, Married to It?
Married to It. Taped it at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas at Brad Garrett's Comedy Club. Thank you for asking. It's available on Patreon and OnlyFans right now. If you
OnlyFans. I love it.
That's right. Well, they did a bunch of comedy tapings, and I had a lot of fun doing one of those. So part of that whole rollout was, running an OnlyFans page. And, strictly business. And I had a lot of fun being a businessman on OnlyFans and posting content and, observing content and posting more content. And so it just was a natural place to put it because, some people like to pay for their entertainment. And I don't show my feet in the special.
Okay.
I did. Well, was shot by the same people that shot my last one. They crushed it. The place looks great. I'm very proud of it. I was, the club was awesome, and it was just a lot of fun. So check it out. And it's live on YouTube, on my YouTube channel on September 5th. If you want to follow me there, I would be honored to have you, and I'll be rolling out clips in the meantime.
Absolutely love it. I will. We'll have to get you on before the Giants game, whenever that is. I don't know when we play, but at some point we'll have to get you back.
Yeah, we play this is in New York, correct?
Probably, because I know we play Vikings come to us. Yeah, we go to Bears and we go to Lions. So yes.
Got it. Oh, I know who we play. We play
November 16th.
We play the AFC North, which is difficult. And we play the Bengals and the Ravens in Lambeau, which usually is an advantage. It hasn't necessarily been. in recent years. So I will also throw that into my calculations as to why we win the division.
Okay.
That probably gives us an edge. I don't know where. Honestly, I don't know who I put over who. Bears, Lions, Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just us versus the world. And the fact that we get the two best teams in the division we play in Lambeau, chalk that up to why I think we'll take the division this year. Because, the Ravens, it's a cold weather game. It's in between Christmas and New Year's. And the Bengals are going to be difficult at any point. So anyway,
Love it.
That's a tough division to play, though.
It is a tough division, tough schedules. Everyone go follow Nate at Hype Man on Twitter, at Nate Craig Live. Go check out his special. We'll get you on soon.
Okay. Thanks,
All right.
Steph.
Appreciate you. See ya.
Keep.
You cut him off, Rye. Gosh, how rude. Underdog best ball, man.
Hey, keep on slurping, ladies and
Okay,
gentlemen.
see you later, Gary. We're out of here now. Underdog, I'm sure the sponsors love this. Underdog Best Ball Mania is happening all summer long, giving away $15 million in prizes, including $2 million in first place, and no waiver wire, no arguments about trades. Best Ball is the best way to play fantasy football. Underdog is also a great place to play Pick'em, where you can win up to 500x your entry. Here's a Pick'em entry. I like Caleb Williams. Speaking of the devil, higher 3,500.5 passing yards. George Karlaftis, higher 8.75 sacks. Jahmyr Gibbs, higher 449.5 receiving yards. Jake Ferguson, higher 549.5 receiving yards. And Zach Bond, higher 2.25 sacks for 18.2x your money's. Underdogs got a brand new offer to new customers. Play just $5 and get $50 in bonus funds, where you can sign up with code SMALLS. The world's greatest sports book, we just got back from there, my voice is still recovering, is hosting the world's biggest pro football contest. We actually enter, me and producer Ryan, we are in millions. There's also Circa, Survivor, and if you're a big dog, Grandissimo. So that's up to 40 entries, which is insane, with over 21 million in guaranteed prizes. Sign up in Nevada and play from anywhere with help of SGPN's official proxy. Go to footballcontest.com. Use promo code SGP to get $50 off your proxy fees. It closes Saturday the 3rd, which is approaching. Let's get your booties over there and go sign up. And now, Pete Nova. Is it Pete Nova? Is that your actual last name though? Is it Pete? Is it Nova, or you have a full, am I calling you the right thing?
It's Pete Terranova. Terranova was a little long for Twitter, so I just cut it off.
Yeah, we just got rid of it. It's totally fine.
Everybody needs a little bit of a stage name. So
yeah, I love it. We love that. You're with Roto Underworld and Face Off Sports at Supernova38 on X. How's redraft season? I'm so happy you're on. I know we couldn't make it work. It's been back and forth. How's redraft season going? Because we're in the midst of it now.
Yeah, I just did 2 of my home league drafts on Saturday and Sunday. I had to travel out to Jersey for it. I have a bunch of degenerate friends, and we draft live at Buffalo Wild Wings. Well, usually I love it. Buffalo Wild Wings, but this year it was Buffalo Wild Wings. But it's a good time. I mean, it's probably the most exciting time. You get so bored throughout the off season. Eventually it just gets stale. You can only talk about so much. But yeah, I'm super excited for it.
Absolutely. Is there any big mistakes you're seeing people make? Because I've been in a couple of drafts and I'm like, whoa, hold on. What are you doing?
Home leagues, home drafts, there's always going to be
they get weird.
Yeah, it's always going to be people throwing curveballs, right? I think if you're in a home league, a lot of times people like to draft quarterbacks pretty early. And I personally don't. So it just usually pushes back a lot of the skill players to me. So I like to do that a lot in home leagues, especially if I don't get worried. There'll be a time in a home league where a bunch of quarterbacks start going early in a draft and people panic and they're just like, oh shit, I got to get a quarterback. There's so many good quarterbacks this year. So that would be one of them. And then I think I'm not really a big Terry McLaurin fan this year. So
I'm not. I never have been. It's not because I'm a hater.
I was going to say, you're a Giants fan, so that might.
I know, but it's not because I'm a hater. I just think he's been overrated for a very long time.
That's fair. I mean, he did just get a really big contract that I thought was a pretty big overpay, to be completely honest with you.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that. I was helping. I don't know. I doubt any of it. His friends were like, "Stop!" I was helping my brother with his draft last night, and they went on a QB run in like the third round, and Mark's like, "I'm going to take a quarter." I'm like, "You're not taking a fucking quarterback. Like, please, Mark, anything. Please, just trust me on this. If you listen to me like just once, can you please wait? Especially this year." The guys that are falling towards the end there, like the Caleb Williams, like, all those guys there, Drake May is there, CJ Stroud, if you're into that sort of thing. Like, there's a lot of value on the quarterbacks later especially this year.
Yeah, I even like Drake May a lot.
Yeah.
He runs, right, the rushing upsides there. I also think it's crazy to me, like, I don't know, Nico Collins isn't a first round pick this year. I think that's kind of crazy. He was like the wide receiver 1 before he got the hamstring injury, like the first 4 weeks last year. I think he should be drafted first round. I'm not very high on Puka this year. I don't like that he's a first round pick, and Adams is there now, and so I think that makes me a little nervous for Puka. I think he's a little expensive for my liking. But yeah, I mean, there's going to be weird things that happen in every single draft. You just got to be comfortable with just like letting the board kind of fall to you and not.
And pivoting and I think the big thing is too, like, you don't have to follow ADP. Like, there's no one that's forcing you to follow ADP. Take your guys. Like, right. Nico Collins I was going to ask you later on, like, who you think people are big braining. And I think he's one of them. I think the Texans as a whole, people are big braining there because they saw the Stroud kind of whatever you want to call a sophomore slump, which also ignoring other pieces there. Like, the O-line was awful. He had his weapons went down. Like, I think there's a lot more to that sophomore slump than people are talking about. So I think he's one that people are big braining. Puka too. It's like Stafford, they can say whatever they want. He's getting older, and this is like the 3rd year in a row that we're hearing.
Whoa, relax. Don't.
I know, but hold on.
Stafford's my guy. You got to be careful.
I'm not done. But I'm saying if he goes down week 4, I don't feel good about having Puka that I drafted in the first round.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I'd say is, like, I don't love Jimmy G, but I think Jimmy G would be really good for Adams, to be honest, even though people saw the Netflix special. And
doesn't he?
Yeah, that was pretty rough. Like, the first 3 games Jimmy G played with Adams, like when he was in Vegas, I always want to say Raiders in Oakland. He had like one game where he had like 20 targets from Jimmy G. Like, and Adams is like an alpha. Like, Puka will be pushed to the side if Adams wants the football. That's where my biggest concern is. Like, I don't think Adams goes there unless he's like promised like a really big role in that offense. So.
No, absolutely. You are like the defense guy. That's your what's like the biggest piece of advice here for defense special team this year?
Yeah. I always tell people that I stream defenses, right? I don't like to draft defenses. A lot of times what I like to do is I'll draft like a speculative rookie. I won't draft a kicker or defense a lot of times in fantasy drafts, and I'll just get like 2 extra players and see if they maybe are named the starter by week 1 or whatever, and then I'll make the 2 roster cuts that I need to make to pick up the defense and the kicker. So generally speaking, I don't really like to draft defenses a ton. I am drafting the Cardinals a lot at the end of drafts this year because they get the Saints week 1. And a weird thing that people maybe wouldn't think about, but last year, the top 5 defenses drafted in fantasy didn't finish inside the top 10 in total fantasy points. So I think you're better off. And I'm a Broncos fan, so like I wouldn't advise people not to take them. But I mean, like, I'm not spending expensive like amount of capital on them. Like, I like to just play matchups every week, and that's what a lot of people come to see my content. I did drop my video today, and tons of support. I don't know why the fantasy community really likes defense videos.
It's awesome. You want to know why? Because they've lost so many years because their defense, because they got beat by 12 points in the whatever because they didn't have the right defense.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, we post content all the time on our YouTube channel, and you would think like, oh, like this is going to do well. And then I'll post like my defense video and it gets like 2,000 views in like a day. And it's like, but like you would think that the other stuff would do much better, but for some reason people love the defense videos. So
it's always like you never know with content what people are going to be into. I think too, I haven't seen people draft defense fairly high just like off the name. Like I was in this draft and I'm not. Well, won't say too much, but it was like really early, and we're taking like Ravens, Steelers, like they're pressing buttons without like you don't know what the match. They probably have no idea what the matchup is. So if I'm not taking them the last round, I'm probably just streaming as well.
Well, take the Ravens for example. They play the Bills week 1. Like, and so are you gonna reluctantly be like, all right, well, I got to start the Ravens? Like, you don't want to have to do that against the Bills. Like, so that's why I feel like if you spend a lot of draft capital on defense too, you're like, all right, well, I got to start them no matter what, or you're like picking up a second defense and then you're just clogging your roster because now you have 2 defenses because you're streaming one for a week. So that's why I just prefer not to spend heavy draft capital, and that way I'm just not married to whoever I end up drafting.
I don't want to spoil the content you just put out. Can you give like one streamer that you think is a good option for week 1?
Yeah, well, I'll drop this one just because it would be a little bit more funny because of you. But I like the Commanders against the Giants.
Okay, that's fine.
I mean, I just think Russ, the last 3 seasons, he's averaging more than 3 sacks a game in the last 3 years. And I think that the Commanders are going to hold the ball a decent amount of time, and Russ is going to have to play from behind. And I think they'll get a lot of sacks. It's a low point total, 40. Well, not a low point total, about a medium, 45.5. I always like home teams. I like low to medium point totals. And then I kind of try to find different edges in the matchups after that get to that point.
Okay. Was it my request to have him on the show or didn't know? Who requested this? A few more things and I'll let you get out of here because I know like ball's on and whatever. Listen. We'll stay on the Commanders actually. Bill Merritt is someone that no one knew until like a couple weeks ago, and now it's all the craze. It's like RB, I don't know, 34. Eckler's going a little bit behind him. Where are you at with him? That backfield, are you touching it? Are you leaving it alone? Because he is, I mean, the fantasy Twitter loves him.
Well, first of all, the sleeper, I mean, I keep tweeting about this, joking around, but the sleeper app really knows how to beat a dead horse. I mean, they take a joke and they run with it. Oh my God. The Bill jokes, the Bucky Irving, the Kyle Pitts. I mean, it's fine. Like, it's cool to make the joke here and there, but it's just like, get some better content, man. But yeah, I mean, Krosky Merritt goes off the board at 104. He's RB 33. I'm not gonna lie, I picked him up in 2 leagues, but they're 14-man, so that pushes up running backs for me, and so I just worry with him. It's like an early down back in an offense with a running quarterback who had over 150 rushes last year. Like Eckler is going to be the receiving back. Like what are we really expecting here with him? Like 10 points per game. Sure. Okay. And that's fine. If he's outside the top 100, there's people saying that he should be drafted where Brian Robinson was going, which was like pick 75 to 85. And I just don't even think I would have spent that capital on Brian Robinson when he was being drafted there. So I'm not really in love with it. I don't see him catching the ball a ton. I think in deeper leagues, it's fine to maybe take a chance on it, but I like Zach Charbonnet, who goes behind him.
Yes.
I think he could be a sleeper pick this year. So
yeah, absolutely. You brought up Brian Robinson Jr. and I'll ask you this and I'll let you get out of here. CMC is going I think somewhere around RB4 probably. And then you have B-Rob and you have Isaac Garendo. Like what talk to me about that backfield, what you're doing with them in fantasy. Are you worried about CMC? Are you not worried about CMC?
I'm not worried at all about CMC. Okay. I mean, it's hard to say I'm not worried at all, but I'm drafting him confidently is the best way to put it. I think if he's healthy, we know what he's going to do. He's been healthy all off season so far. If he's on the field, it's hard to see him not being, a top 5 play every single week. And yeah, I mean, they're also losing playmakers in that offense. No Ayuk, Juwan Jennings, I don't think is going to be there. It looks like week 1. Who the heck knows what's going on? Yeah. I like Ricky Pearsall. They have Kittle, but ultimately they extended CMC. He pretty much didn't play last year. They extended him before last season. I don't think they're going to be careful and try to limit his touches. Like, they didn't get any work from the money that they spent last year. So I think they're going to try to grind him. Because they need to win. They need to bounce back after a bad season last year. So,
all right, I lied. I have one final question. Then I promise I'll stop yapping and let you go. Do you think people are big braining T-Mac a little bit, like to Terrell McMillan? Do you think there's something because I'm noticing I understand there, whatever I haven't even looked if there's an injury update, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like he's going to end up being the guy there. So it's hard for me. I see people passing on him over and over and over again when it's like the volume will be there. It's going to be, I mean, I won't comp it like the same exact thing to like Neighbors and the Giants, but like there's going to be a lot of opportunity for him there.
Yeah, I mean, I think Tet's in a really good spot. A lot of people were worried, like there's a lot of names over there, but like I think people just think of like name recognition as like, oh, there's a lot of mouths to feed. Like Adam Thielen's gone. I think that just shows that they have trust in Coker maybe to step up.
Okay.
I'm not really a big fan of Leggett. And I think 25 to 30% target share is very possible for him. They play in a division where, number one, that defense is terrible for the Panthers, so they should be playing from behind, I expect. And they play in a division with really bad defenses. The Bucs are going to be in track meets. The Saints are going to be in track meets. Well, they're going to be playing from behind in track meets. They're not going to be the ones making a track meet. And then you have the Falcons, who don't have a great defense either. They could be improved. They've spent some capital there in the first round. But, yeah, I think T-Mac is a guy. I have him inside my top 20 this year. I'm pretty high on him. I did move him behind Mike Evans, and I have Cortland Sutton like right there. I'm a Broncos fan, so maybe call me a little biased there, but I think Sutton's going to be biased. Yeah, I think Sutton's going to be good with Knicks, but I'm excited for T-Mac. Everyone said he's too slow, and I don't know. People now in fantasy, like they look at like these guys that are like freak fast, and they're like, yeah, ceiling's not high enough because they don't run a 4.4. Like I don't know why we're at that point now in fantasy where you have to be like 4.4 speed to people think that the ceiling is there. It's kind of like Anthony Richardson. Like people say, Anthony Richardson has so much upside. Like how can you not play him? It's like because he's got a big arm and he can run. Like
there's a little bit more.
There's no upside mentally there. So it's like what is like you could talk about a lot of guys that are good athletes.
There's tons of guys. Yeah.
And I think Daniel Jones will be fine there. I don't know if you like Daniel Jones.
I think Daniel Jones is gonna be fine. I like that Warren is there for him. I think that's a nice piece. I think him, having Jonathan Taylor to take a lot of the that's gonna take a lot off of Daniel Jones, what he has to do. And still better receivers than he's ever played with. So I think if they can protect him,
he's ever had. Probably.
Yeah, if he can get the ball out and not get spooked early on, and the Colts might end up being a little bit fine. Like I don't think they're going to be as much of a shit storm as everyone thinks.
People are going to be insufferable if Daniel Jones struggles because they didn't start Richardson, and I'm just not ready for it, man.
I don't know how much. Yeah, sometimes you just got to let it go. But he's
had 2 years. He can't stay healthy. That's not their fault that he can't be on the field.
He tapped himself out of a game. Like I wouldn't start him either. I would have gotten rid of him, to be completely honest. Like go send him to KOC or something. And
if you don't know that the guy that you took top 5 is the guy yet, and the fact that they're hitching their wagons on Daniel Jones and their careers are on the line with Daniel Jones as the quarterback, maybe he tells you how bad Richardson maybe really was. And if he's not picking it up mentally now, his third year in the same system, what do we expect? Outside of him maybe making some really freakish athletic plays and being hard to cover with his athletic legs, he throws the ball.
Why? That's it. If he didn't throw that 90-yard fucking pass, we wouldn't hear it. No one would have said a peep. It's because everyone remembers one thing and they can't get it out of their head. Yeah. It's the same thing as Daniel Jones tripping over himself. There's there's little moments in time that happen, and a lot of people watch a lot of red zone, and all you saw was Anthony Richardson making these crazy passes. But there's a lot more to the game.
Well, I'm sure you'd like for people to get the Daniel Jones thing out of their heads. You kind of slipped that in.
It's out of my head. Listen, not my quarterback, not my problem. See you, Daniel. Don't really care what you do. I wish you the best of luck. Do I think you're going to be probably just as you probably won't go well, but I think everything is there for him to be fine.
Well, Daniel Jones didn't have the aura that Jackson Dart had, at least. So at least you have that a little. Dart looks like he could be a little bit built for the city a little bit better.
Zesty. Yeah, he's a little zesty. Yeah, he's got a little zest going on there. Let people know where they can find you, and I'll let you get out of here.
Yeah, you can find me at Supernova38 with 2 R's on X, Twitter. You can find me at, I'm doing top 10 takeaways for fantasy football from the weekend on Roto Underworld over at Player Profiler. I'll be live at 6 o'clock on Mondays this year, going over everything to know from the games in terms of different analytics, different data that you should be in the know about heading into the next week. And then you can find me at Face Off Sports Network. Do a lot of content there. My DST streamers, but I'm excited for the season. Maybe I'll come back if I know this took a little bit to get me on here, but I appreciate the flexibility.
Well, you were drinking a Miller Lite, so you're cool in my book because that's my thing. I always have cold Miller Lights in the fridge. That's my thing.
Well, that makes me feel a little bit better. So
you're fantastic. I'll let you get out of here.
All right, see you guys.
Yeah. And producer Ryan's going to come on. Was there a question?
What's up, Smalls?
Hey, my voice sounds
We
better.
have a new nickname for you.
Okay, can we not make that a thing? I hate when you guys do this. I hate when you guys.
Smalls.
I was ignoring it for a reason. Can we not? I hate when chat. Like even in Vegas, people got word of the Smallsies thing that you and like then they wouldn't let it go. I feel like being with SGPN, I'm kind of like the little sister. So like it's people wouldn't drop it. It's like I don't know, whatever. So yeah.
Smallsies. I mean, that was based off of Swifties when you were going against Taylor.
Whatever. Well, guns Taylor. Okay. We'll get to that. Is there fancy questions you wanted me to answer before we move on to a little extra holes?
Yes.
What was it?
All right. You know what? They're too okay. Well, this guy just wants
I can look at it. Let's do it. Let's make people
look at his team. Tell me what you think of his team. He is excited about these are his keepers.
Does he have to pick them? I have to pick.
No, he doesn't have to pick. He gets to keep all of those, apparently. He just wants you to say whether you like it or not.
I like Josh Allen. I like the running backs. I'm very high on Tony P. I don't like having Rashi and Xavier doesn't feel 100% necessary. I like George and Myers. You might need a little, I don't know. The receivers are fine. I don't know that they have like a really high ceiling, any of those receivers.
Okay. Fair enough. All right, Kyle, she's spoken. And now Vito wants to know who he's taking at number 7 overall.
Malik Neighbors.
It's Malik Neighbors. All right. It's half. No, it's full PPR. He says,
sure.
FYI.
Malik Neighbors.
Okay. Malik Neighbors. There you go. She's spoken. All right. All right. Talk to me about going viral.
Ryan, I was in page 6. I wasn't in page 6. I was on page 6.
I didn't know this.
What the fuck? Where have you been? You haven't seen this?
I've been like sick and sleeping most of the time ever since
now,
Vegas.
Hold on. And now it's not as funny. I have been getting my phone. I am hearing from people that I have not heard from. People putting I knew Smalls before she was famous. First of all, I'm not famous. This is the dumbest thing. This tweet I didn't even think would go. You need to see it. It doesn't make sense if you didn't see it yet. Now I have to pull it up.
All right. Well, no. Well, let me pull it up on your. Let me pull it up. Hold on.
I can find it in 2 seconds. It's like one of the main ones on their thing. Hold on.
Okay.
Where is?
Well, I'm sharing my screen.
Here it is. Oh, you can do it on there, but go to my profile. Go to bro. What the fuck? Scroll down. Where are we? No, down.
Go down or up?
Down. Sorry, I'm laughing at my own tweet. That was funny. Okay, right there. Look.
This?
See it? Yeah.
Yeah, I was spicy stuff and avoid covering it, and now I had both.
No, wait, what?
What? Oh, bro, what the fuck? Oh, okay.
Click.
It's going
to be
weird.
Everywhere. I'm going viral on. I have been getting texts nonstop. So, I don't understand. Can I be so honest with you? I don't think it's a good tweet.
Please. I
think it's the stupidest tweet. It's not the stupidest tweet. Like, it's funny, but people are acting like it's the funniest thing they've ever seen in their entire life. And I don't understand. Like, I tweeted it, no thought process, walking out of the office. Like, it's going to be weird when he wears Swift. Like, it's just a haha, LOL. It's not the funniest thing I've ever seen, but holy fuck, people are losing their minds.
Is it the most engagement you've ever gotten on a tweet?
No, like, it's not. It's
in page 6.
I mean,
But
there's definitely more like Instagram engagement over it.
oh,
But
okay.
this is the thing. Anything can go viral. I'm pretty funny, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's all I
Yeah.
got.
All right.
Good
Well,
publicity. We should start getting in there. Come watch our show.
yeah,
Also, I feel like I
absolutely.
should get money from people posting my shit. Like that's my thought. Fuck you.
Yeah, no kidding. And I wish we would get more subscribers from
Yeah, like I don't care. You can transfer it over.
where's where's the YouTube
Like
subscribers
Page
from
Six
this?
tagged me. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's it.
Well, shit.
Cool.
Congratulations, though. That's
Not that big of a
awesome.
deal. Yeah. It's just
No,
the
I
weird.
mean,
It's weird as people
huge
reaching
deal.
out to me. I'm like, okay, leave me alone. I haven't talked to you in so long. Like you don't know me. They're like putting it on their fucking stories as if they've talked to me in fucking 17 years. Like fuck off. All right, that's it. Do you have anything else for today's extra holes? I know we're not feeling it.
No,
I want to announce the new
you and
schedule.
you and I have just been absolutely sick all
Unwell.
week after
Something's
Vegas.
actually wrong
So
with my throat. I have to like go. They told me I need to like chill. I might have to get scope. It's a whole thing.
the
All right,
schedule for next week, I have not been able to get any guests for Monday because of
I
the
have
holiday.
guests. I'll find.
Oh, you do? Okay, cool.
Oh, it's a holiday. Let's not do it then.
Okay.
People don't like that.
People don't like that. Okay, we're gonna skip Labor Day. I don't think we have any guests, or you already have guests.
No, I don't. I said I have guests in mind. That's
Oh,
my
guests in
version
mind.
of it. You're like, oh, you have guests? Yeah, in my head.
Yeah, you actually have to book them. You have to actually book them stuff.
Well, this is why you guys do it. We'll be back on stream.
All right, we're gonna skip Labor Day. No Labor Day show on Monday.
Then
We'll have
Tuesday,
Tuesday, Thursday, and then Monday, Tuesday, Thursday.
And football
Every
is
week
back.
going forward. Every
Yeah.
week going forward.
Yeah.
We're gonna stick to that.
Like, rate. Can you guys rate the podcast, please? Oh God. Like, subscribe, do all the things, and we'll see you guys on Tuesday. Have a great holiday weekend.